It's September, fall is in the air. I'm pulling out my fall decorations today and decorating, and we're gonna make some yummy fall treats with pumpkin. We're gonna use canned pumpkin puree today. Are you ready? Aprons on, let's go. Let's make a pumpkin smoothie. So you're going to need a half a cup of milk. You can use anything whole, 2%, 1% almond milk, coconut milk. A half a cup of pumpkin puree, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then you'll need a half cup of vanilla yogurt. I'm actually using vanilla coconut milk yogurt alternative. It's delicious, so we're gonna make it with that. You'll need a half a cup of ice, a cup of frozen bananas, and these are bananas that I had that were starting to go really ripe, and I threw them in the freezer, so I have those. 4 tablespoons of maple syrup, and then you're gonna need a half a teaspoon each of cinnamon and pumpkin spice. Okay, we're just gonna get everything in our blender. Okay, we're gonna blend this up. Blend on low speed and increasing to high until the mixture is smooth, about 30 to 60 seconds. Okay, it's done. I'm gonna put some whipped topping on and then sprinkle it with some cinnamon. This is delicious. It's not overpowering with pumpkin. It's like the perfect blend. Oh my gosh, this is refreshing. When you try it, let me know in the comments. Yum. Even though I used a yogurt that had coconut milk, so good. This is a keeper. Holy cow, you gotta try this. Let's make a no-bake pumpkin mousse pie. Okay, for this recipe, you're gonna need an already made pie crust. It could be pecan, graham crackers, anything. This one is a graham cracker crust. So you'll need that. You'll need 4 ounces of cream cheese softened, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, an 8-ounce thawed whipped topping, then a half a cup of pumpkin puree, 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar, and then some spices. You'll need a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then 1/8 teaspoon of cloves, nutmeg, and ground ginger. We're gonna take our softened cream cheese and we're going to beat it for about 30 seconds until it's nice and smooth and creamy. It's like growing up on the sides of the bowl. Let's grab a spatula. And we're doing this on medium speed. Next, we're gonna add the brown sugar and the pumpkin puree, a teaspoon of that vanilla, and the spices. Okay, we're gonna continue to beat this until it's well combined and there's no pockets of cream cheese that remain. Smells so good. So I still see some pockets of cream cheese. So I'm gonna continue to beat this. Okay, I think we're at a good point. It is so smooth. Then we're gonna fold in our whipped topping. So this is 8 ounces and we're just gonna fold this in. I said fold in. Here we go again, Schitt's Creek. I don't know how to do that. How do you fold it? You just fold it in. If you say fold in one more time, I can't help it, that's all I hear. All right, I think that is about the best folding I can do right now. All right, let's get this in our pie shell. You can make your topping and put it on now and then let it set in the refrigerator. Or you could let it set, then make the topping and then serve it up, whatever you like. The best part of baking or cooking desserts with pumpkin. The best part is like licking the spatula, the spoons, the bowl, the beaters. Oh yeah, this is delicious. Oh, this is addicting. Okay. Okay, let's make the topping. You're gonna need an 8-ounce container of Cool Whip, but I don't know if I wanna use the whole container on top of this pie. It just seems like a lot. So I'm gonna like do half the container, and then if I decide differently once we spread it on, I'll use all of it. But if you end up using the whole container, you're gonna need a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon or pumpkin spice. So I have a 1/4 here for my half a Cool Whip. So maybe I'll do a half of my 1/4, if that makes sense. So an 1/8. All right, we're gonna mix this in. Now you can immediately serve it, or you could put this back in your fridge so the topping can set up more. And there you have your mousse pie. Okay, should we cut into it? I think so. Yum. I'm so excited about this one. Ooh, yum. Oh my goodness, would you look at that? Oh, yum. All right, now we gotta taste it. Oh my word, that is so light. So light. Oh, you can go crazy with this pie. That is delicious. Perfect amount of like pumpkin flavoring. It's so light and airy. And then you get the crunch of your pie crust. And that whipped topping was just enough. You don't need a whole container, seriously. You could probably make 2 of these pies and use 1 container for your topping. Wow, this is amazing. Okay, I am definitely serving this up during the holidays. It will be on the menu for Thanksgiving. That was so good. It's time to make pumpkin cinnamon rolls. Okay, there's lots of ingredients to this. So I'm just gonna start making this recipe, and of course you'll see all the ingredients as I go along, and I'll have this recipe linked for you down below. Okay, we're gonna start by getting our yeast prepared and rising. So you need a packet of active dry yeast, and I don't have packets, I have the big bulk brick, and it's about 2 teaspoons. Then you're gonna need a 1/4 cup of warm water, and I'm just gonna mix this a little just to get it dissolved, and we're gonna let this rise for 10 minutes. Okay, to your standing mixer, we're gonna add all the recipe ingredients. So, the directions for this recipe, it just says to slowly combine yeast mixture with the remainder of the dough ingredients. Okay, all right, well, it doesn't say, I don't know. We're just gonna add the flour in, and that's 3½ cups of flour. So you're gonna add a 1/4 cup of the brown sugar, a 1/4 cup of the granulated sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of pumpkin pie seasoning, your 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree, a 1/3 cup of milk, 1 egg, and then we're gonna slowly add in our yeast mixture to this. So first I'm gonna combine this a little. Okay, there's our dough. So what I'm gonna do is take it out, spray this, put it back in and cover it and let it rise. Covering it with plastic wrap. I'm just gonna let this rise until it's about double in size. So it could take about 1 hour to 1.5 hours. So I like putting things in my microwave to sit, to rise. I don't know, it's dark, it's warm. It seems to do good in my microwave. So there it is, do its thing. Well, I don't think this is completely doubled in size, but it's been like 2 hours, you guys. So it is definitely risen. This is as far as I'm gonna go. So we are gonna get this out on the counter And we're gonna knead this for a little bit. Says you can add flour down so it doesn't stick to your hands, but this is not sticking to my hands. Okay, so now we're going to roll this out into a big rectangle. This is not the dough I thought it would be, but I'm gonna make this work. So for your filling, you're gonna need a half a teaspoon of pumpkin seasoning, and then a 1/4 cup of your pumpkin puree, and then 3 tablespoons of melted butter. Give that a mix. Oh, and you also needed a teaspoon of vanilla in this as well. And we're gonna lay that down on here. Next, we're gonna work and get our white sugar and brown sugar mixed together and put it on top. So I have a 1/2 cup of brown sugar and a teaspoon of cinnamon mixed together, and we're gonna put this right on top. All right, spread that on top, and then we'll start rolling it. Okay, we're going to roll this up. I did see a recipe for doing this with Crescent Rolls, and I definitely want to try that recipe as well. Now you could do the whole floss thing, but I'm bad at that, so I'm just going to cut it. I'm guessing on the size. The recipe says you can get 15 to 18 pieces, but I'm not sure how like rolled out they are. So I'm just gonna see what looks good and just go for it. I got 14, so there you go. Okay, I'm gonna spray my pan. Lay these in nice and snug. So I could have gone smaller, but they will double. They're supposed to double in size. Let's hope they grow a little bit better than what they did for me earlier. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up, let it double in size for about 30 to 60 minutes, and then we'll get it in the oven. I'm so excited about these. All right, look at that, they got big. Preheat your oven to 375, and we're gonna cook these for 20 to 25 minutes. Oh, I'm so excited. Here we go. Oh, they look so good. I could have gotten them out of the oven like almost, gosh, they've been sitting in a warm oven for like almost 2 hours. When they were done, they needed to cook a little longer, so I turned off the oven and we left to go to a meeting, and so they've been staying warm in the oven for almost 2 hours, so they look great. Oh my gosh, they smell amazing. So let's make the frosting for it and give it a taste. All right, I have a 1/4 cup of butter, 4 ounces of cream cheese, 2 cups of powdered milk, and now I need 1.5 teaspoons of milk. And we're gonna beat this together and we'll have icing. Get them on these cinnamon rolls. Put this frosting on. They're still a little warm, but that's okay. Later, you could put your cinnamon roll in the microwave for like 3 seconds, and that'll warm it right up. But these smell great. Love cinnamon rolls. You know, when I moved to Utah, when I came out for college, for school, I worked my first job out here at a Cinnabon. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I ate a Cinnabon on every break. Brought them home to the roommates and the guys next door. Yum. So I learned how to make cinnamon rolls. I don't remember the technique now. That was like 26 years ago, or 25 years ago. Oh my goodness, would you look at this beauty. Now we need to taste this, but I'm gonna heat this up in the microwave for like 3 seconds. Okay, I heated it up for about maybe 10 seconds. Okay, so we are gonna take a bite of this. Oh, this is hard to do with a fork. I might just need to pick it up and take a big bite. Yeah, let's take a big bite. Wow. Wow, that is really good. Okay, these are a keeper. Let's make a pumpkin coffee cake. You're gonna need milk, nutmeg, cinnamon, pumpkin spice, salt, brown sugar, white sugar, flour, 2 eggs, your pumpkin puree, 2 ounces of softened cream cheese, avocado oil, baking powder, and baking soda. So let's get going on making this and then I'll share the measurements. Okay, we're gonna whisk together the flour, the baking soda, and the baking powder. You're gonna need 3/4 of baking powder, 3/4 teaspoon. And then 1/4 of baking soda. Just gonna get that together. All right, we're gonna set this aside and let's go over to our stove. You're gonna heat a pot with a tablespoon of the avocado oil. Okay, you're gonna add your pumpkin, your spices, your salt, all in there. It's saying it wants you to cook this together. Cook and stirring often for approximately 5 to 6 minutes. Okay. Okay, in a bowl, we're gonna add our eggs. And we're gonna whisk those together. Okay, remove it from the heat, and then we're gonna add our sugars to it. And we're gonna whisk that together. And the cream cheese. And slice these in so they'll melt and whisk together a little bit easier, hopefully. We're gonna really work this together so it melts that cream cheese. We're gonna stir and allow to cool for 5 minutes. It smells so good. Look how smooth that's getting. While we let this cool, let's whisk up our eggs and milk. Okay, we're gonna take our eggs and our milk and we're gonna fold it into our flour mixture. And then we'll add this in. I think you're supposed to do it all together. All right, we're gonna fold this in together. Okay, you can use parchment paper. The recipe suggests so. I just ran out, so I don't have any parchment paper, so I sprayed this really good. So my batter has a little bit of lumps in it, but I think we're gonna be okay. Let me get this in here. All right, let's make this streusel, and what you're gonna need is 2/3 cup flour, 1/3 cup granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and 4 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter. Okay, we're gonna combine this and create a crumble. Okay, we got our streusel. Let's get our streusel on top. Your oven has been preheated to 350 degrees with your rack right in the middle. Okay, we're gonna bake for 35 minutes. This just got out of the oven and I'm gonna test to see if it's done. It's supposed to come out clean and it's not, so this is gonna go back in. Oh, it is done and we're ready to put the glaze on. So for the glaze, you're gonna need 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. Ooh, it's messy. We're gonna need a tablespoon of milk. And then you're gonna need 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Combine that as best as you can. And if it's too thick, then you will add a little more milk, but you're gonna like droplets of milk. Because you don't want it too runny and you don't want it too thick. That's the fun part of playing with powdered sugar. That does look thick, but when we run it over like this, it'll do a good job. All right, let's get this on. You're going to put this on, I got powdered sugar on it. You're gonna put this on when it cools. It is cooled and I am dying to eat this. This smells so good, you guys. Okay, oh, let's cut into this. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at that. It's so pretty. It smells amazing. I tasted the crumble already, you guys. Oh, it is delicious. So let's take a bite and see how it goes. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, that's good. I love a good coffee cake. I am a sucker for coffee cake, and this is amazing. You definitely gotta try it. Oh my goodness, weren't those so good? Which ones were your favorites? Let me know in the comments below. If you would like some more yummy fall recipes, click on the video, it's here for you. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye.